Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Trey, and let's talk about Joker 2 because Joker 2 is underperforming. It's so bad that it's got a D cinema score, and it's performing at the same level as Morbius, but and the Marvels, which is crazy because Morbius and the Marvels are still doing better than the Joker 2. That's a problem. Like, somebody at Warner Brothers got to answer for this. And if I was a studio head, or I mean, not a studio head, but if I was an investor or somebody was gonna get sued. Todd Phillips, Joaquin Phoenix, they asses is on the list. David Zaslav, James Gunn, Peter Safran, all five of them. Somebody needs to answer for this shit because there should have been no reason to release this movie. First off, without a test screening, then you're literally trying to own the chuds. Okay, so you're owning the people who supported the movie, and Todd Phillips said he wanted to be looked at as a serious director. After this blunder, I wouldn't think that anybody in Hollywood would ever give you another chance. And the same thing for Joaquin Phoenix after his walkout on that movie that he decided he wanted to do, but then at the last minute, the day of shooting and all that investment, and then you say no to it. Like, there are problems going on here in Hollywood. But this crap right here, it's the same thing as Matrix 4. You make a sequel to a movie that nobody asked for, and then instead of trying to at least give us a decent story, even if it doesn't live up to the same hype, at least a decent story that would satisfy somebody, y'all said, hell no, bump that. We're going to give you a lame ass story. And it's to the point where were walking out of the Joker 2. A lot of people said that they were bored. People fell asleep in the movie. They said some of the musical stuff wasn't even all that interesting, and they moved the story along. And it's just a punishment for people who liked the first movie. No, granted, y'all already know I wasn't gonna go watch anyway. So around the world so far, global taking $121, domestically almost $40 million. That is bad. That is bad compared to the original movie when it first came out. I think domestically it had opened up to like 100 something million dollars domestically on its opening weekend. So this is a problem. Like, somebody needs to answer for this. Warner Brothers, DC, y'all just don't understand. Like, this right here makes the studio look bad. This is to the point where when Superman comes out, this Superman movie might do horrible because of stuff like this. Do you not understand? Like, there hasn't been a successful sequel movie since Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice. People are like, what are you talking about? Man of Steel was the first movie in the DCAU. I mean, in the DCEU. The sequel to Man of Steel, since it wasn't Man of Steel 2 like it was supposed to be, it was Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice. That is actually a sequel. It made $827 million worldwide. Remember, this is the same movie that Warner Brothers was trying to say was a failure because it didn't make $1 billion at the box office, even though it made $827 million. You get what I'm saying? That is the most successful sequel to a DC movie that they had since. Because Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom lost money. Shazam 2 lost money. Wonder Woman 1984 lost money. And now the Joker 2. This is a problem. This is a problem. Like, what the hell was y'all thinking? Oh, because Todd Phillips didn't want to do the sequel. Joaquin Phoenix didn't want to do the sequel. So y'all sabotage the money? Like, okay, somebody has to pay this money back. Like, okay, great. So you made a movie that was supposed to tell the audience, hey, you know that Joker movie, the Joker that you liked from the first movie? Well, you guys were wrong for liking that. You shouldn't have supported that. And Todd Phillips wanted to get back in the good graces of critics or whatever who criticized his movie and say it was going to be violence or whatever. Okay, so you make a musical And then Warner Brothers, you allowed that. That's the thing that I'm talking about. This is the second time y'all done did some nonsense where you allowed, no, this is a few couple of times where you allow a director who really isn't proven to make nothing for you guys, hardly successful. You allow them to have free range with shit, and then the movie comes out and they fail, and yet you're like, okay, give them a chance. But then you had Zack Snyder, David Ayer, who gave you successful movies prior. You said hell no to that. Like, that doesn't make any logical sense. At this point, that Jared Leto, Margot Robbie, Harley Quinn, Joker movie, I would have preferred that. I would have preferred y'all green light that over whatever the hell this is. Because at least we would have got some money from it. At least we would have got some entertainment from it. And I bet you that movie would have came in $100 million over what? The Joker 2? Folly at Blook. Folly at Blook. Because what the hell was y'all thinking? This makes no sense. And to what? You're upset that your audience actually liked the damn movie. And then again, it's just like, damn, can we have something? Can we have something? This should have been a Bonnie and Clyde Joker Harley Quinn movie. You know what I'm saying? It should have been wild. It should have been explosion. It should have been Arthur and Harley Quinn going on a criminal spree or whatever, and just, you know, showing people like, hey, this is it. You know, anarchy or whatever and stuff like that. Until at the end they get, you know what I'm saying? Get captured or whatever. You should have did something. You should have did something. Just not this. Y'all always want to talk about y'all want success. Y'all always talking about y'all want money. Y'all always talking about you know, it's the fans' fault. You can't blame us for this shit, because I would have never greenlight this. I would have never greenlight this. The Joker should have been a one and done movie. That's what it should have been. It should have been a one and done movie. But no, y'all let greed get y'all. And then on top of that, the first movie, Warner Brothers, you barely invested in it. So you didn't even get all the money that you could have got from it, because you didn't believe in it. But then the second movie, you put $200 million in it and gave Todd Phillips a blank check and said, do whatever you want with it. Nobody sat down and looked at this. Honestly, if it was me, at this point, somebody is viable for a lawsuit, because this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. And at this point, I want the DC I want DC away from Warner Brothers at this point. I wanted to go to Universal. I wanted to go somewhere else, because this makes no logical sense. And you really think people about to be prepared for James Gunn's Superman stuff? No, this is going to turn people off. You are literally killing off what little fanfare you got. It is all on social media. Everybody's talking about how bad this movie is. That is a damn shame. And for what? Again, for what? Who was this movie made for? Because you couldn't even do the musical aspect right. Hell, I would prefer you re-releasing High School Musical 3 or something like that. Well, was it High School Musical 3? No, that's Disney. I am so sorry. That is not... Oh Lord, that is not Warner Brothers. I am so sorry, y'all. What was that goddamn movie? I forgot that Warner Brothers listed. That was a musical for under them. Oh God, would have been better re-releasing In the Heights or something like that, or Willy Wonka or whatever. Like A Star Is Born, Rock of Ages, Quest for Camelot, for God's sakes. The Phantom of the Opera, Sweeney Todd's, Cats Don't Dance would have been something better. My Fair Lady, The King and I, Happy Feet, Sparkle. Yeah, all of these ones I named, these are musicals. Hell, The Wizard of Oz. You would have been better off re-releasing these movies than do what a Joker 2, especially if you wasn't even going to do the musical aspect correctly. So, you know, as the Joker said to the guy, you get what you fucking deserve. And you've earned this. I don't want to hear it's the fans' fault, it's the audience fault, it's the critics' fault. No, it's nobody's fault but Todd Phillips, Joaquin Phoenix, James Gunn, Peter Safran, David Zaslav. Those are the 5 people that is at fault. It is nobody's fault for this. It is the audience. It's not the audience. It's not the critics. it is all the 5 people I named. It is their fault. And like I said, if I was a share owner or board of director at Warner Brothers, somebody getting fired. Somebody getting fired and somebody getting sued. Todd Phillips, Joaquin Phoenix, they probably will be going to court right about now, and we would be like, we want our money back. I don't care. I don't care. This is on purpose. This is on purpose. Or David Zaslav had to go, or James Gunn, or Peter Safran, or all 3. Somebody needs to answer for this. That's how I look at it. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.